So we got some timing chain rattle coming out of this Toyota 2.4 liter here. And the hypothesis is we're dealing with a timing chain tensioner. Fortunately, this is accessible from the outside of the engine. You don't have to take the timing cover off. However, unfortunately, it's tucked like right back up into here. I can't even really show you. There, can you're not gonna, yeah, you're not really gonna see it until I get this wiring harness out of the way. And the wiring harness has a little bolt right where my finger's pointing. You can maybe see that has to come out. And the problem is it's just really tight in here. And so I think I'm going to want to take this cover off, take this mount off. So then probably disconnect the grounding strap probably from that side. Maybe take this engine mount off, so I'll probably want to support the engine, and then move this out of the way so then I can hopefully get to the tensioner. Old 10mm nuts on these guys, and then that cover just pops out. Guy can go over there. Now, I'm going to support the engine. I'm just going to put this block of wood right onto the oil pan. Kind of snug. You don't need it to be tight. Take that grounding strap off, and then I'm just going to leave it on that side. Again, put my bolt back where it goes. Everything so far has been 10mm. These are 14mm. Normal. Put those in the magnet bowl, and then pull the engine mount out. Set it off to the side. Okay, making progress. So I think I'm gonna need this wire harness out of the way as well. I can probably accomplish that by just disconnecting some of these wires. I disconnected the battery, and then I'm gonna disconnect the wires from the alternator here, starting with this 10mm nut. Put it back on so I know where it goes. Screwdriver pops that guy out. I've got this connector goes down to the oxygen sensor that is downstream from this cat. We got an upstream one up here that's disconnected for a different job. I can just open that loom, pop that out. I've got another connector down there at the AC compressor. Another connector right there. This is probably a 10mm bolt. Yep, same model. Put it back in. 10mm bolt. Whoop, almost dropped it. Put it back in. And shove those kind of out of the way. Now I got this bolt right there. Right there. I think that's probably also a 10. I'm going to try to get that with a wrench. I had to go get my 1/4-inch ratchet and a tiny socket to get this guy off. It is a 10. There is just no room to work in there. Come on. We're just going to put that guy all right there. This guy moves, but it's still attached to the fender here, so it's probably a 10. Shocker. It's kind of nice that almost everything on here is a 10mm. It's the one nice thing about working on imports. And I just dropped my ratchet. Oh, good. Got it. Okie doke. You can see, if you get your eyes right there. This is the part we're taking out. So, those look like, you guessed it, 10. And these are studs and nuts. And I just dropped the nut somewhere in there. Fish around. One thing at a time, I suppose. I'll get that later. But I took the bottom one off first because when we start to take this top one off, it's going to push back because this tensioner is under pressure. Okay. Fortunately, I didn't lose that one. Not quite clearing enough. See, it kind of runs into this whole harness here. I thought maybe
I was going to be able to clear it enough to get it. I'm going to try to switch to 2 hands here and push on the harness as I pull and twist the part out. No.
Well, I found a little clip down here. I can't really show it on the camera, but the wire harness has just a little clip that goes to the back of the engine block. You pop that off and then you can move it enough.
Got the light up top here. Doesn't really help for what we're doing back here, but come on. And when you go to reinstall this, I'm going to reuse this washer that was here. I never did find that nut that I lost, but I just found one from my bench stock that I'm going to throw in. You want this side toward the driver's side. So the side with the pins toward the driver's side. Leave it in this position until it's installed. And then once it's installed, we can rotate the engine to get it to disengage. It only goes in one way. So if you start to put it in backwards and you're not quite sure, if it doesn't fit, then, you know, just flip it 180 and go from there. This damn wire harness in the way. Okay. In. Now, my original nut has a flange on it. You can see I ditched the gloves. Just everything back here is so sharp it was cutting them up and cutting my hands up, and there's just no point in trying to keep those on. And then my bench stock nut, I didn't have one with the flange, so I went with the washer model. I got them on. I'm going to tighten them down. I'm going to even out the pressure when I tighten them down with a little bit on the top bolt and a little bit on the bottom bolt. I'm going to take the camera off my head, see if I can get you guys a close look in there. So I might go just a hair more on that bottom one, but that's it. Now I got everything tight. I am going to cram these wires back into the loom here. Put that guy back on. Don't forget my little vacuum hose here. That's on. More blood. That's cool. Now for this little guy, which is also very challenging, if you recall. I gotta be honest, guys. I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip that bolt. I've been fighting with it. I'm done with it. I'm gonna skip it. Put this guy back in. Put this guy back in. Plug that guy back in. Goes on this little holder there. So now before I get going too much further, I'm going to get a socket on that crank bolt and turn the engine. It's easier to get to it from down here. And all we're going to do is turn the engine until we hear a click. Did you hear it? Keep going just a little bit. And I think I heard a nut drop out. Probably the one I lost earlier. But there you go. Now it's all set. What I need to do, plug the AC compressor back in, put things back in their loom, plug the alternator back in, get back up. Okay, snug down. And I'm going to drop this O2 connector back down, grab my engine out. And then I am going to get these 2 engine side bolts threaded. And what that's going to allow me to do, get a pry tool in here to get this bolt. See if I can get a screwdriver to help me out. That guy drops in, and then it'll just tighten on down. Tighten that guy down. Tighten that guy down. Tighten that guy down. Gotta look up the torque spec on those. Internet says that it's 47 foot-pounds. So I don't know. Maybe. Hook up my grounding strap again. Get rid of my magnet. Yeah. Think we're good. Now, I'm going to put my oxygen sensors back in, and then I'm going to start the rig. It's going to be super loud because the exhaust is currently cut off, fixing a different problem. You might be watching that video down the road. But I want to make sure this is all functional. Moment of truth. That timing chain is real quiet, so I think that worked. Again, I don't have an exhaust hooked up, so that's why it sounds like a high school kid's version of Fast and the Furious. God, it's terrible.